Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another Elder Scrolls reading. We're on Book 2 of Fool's Ebony by Friendships. This is horrid. Bearing mostly on Fool's Ebony and Temples, same place, same inn, a bottle or two later, enter Prologue, the Adventurer, and Laban. Prologue. Little has occurred so far in our comedic drama. The Adventurer, our dark elf rascal, has bought drinks for 2 priests of Akatosh. All have drunk considerably. One of the priests has rushed off in pursuit of his lamp girl. And unless I have forgotten something or something happened when I was paying attention to something else, that's a complete synopsis of part the 1th. Here comes 2 more priests. Humble prologue must depart. Evening, Laban, evening, stranger. My fellow priest here is Stet. I am Rake. We are honored to serve Juliados. What is this anyway? Priest night out? And I thought your temples, Akatosh, Julianos, the rest, I thought them all cutthroat competitors in theology and gold. If you'll forgive my bluntness, yet you all seem the best of friends. Come to think of it, didn't I have words with Stet earlier? You said you were of the Temple of Stendar. A common misconception, Fred, but one that we encourage. Really, we all work together closely, move between the temples as needs dictate, exchange information, share funds, swap our sisters. Sorry to interrupt. The merry slapstick, but I neglected to mention earlier that the Fool's Gold Saga, if that is the word, contains gratuitous reference to priestly misdeeds and sexual excess. I hope those of you in the audience of peevish, prudish, sullen, frumpy, or grumpy demeanors are not offended. Now then, on with the entertainment. And all that. But it helps in our holy work if we are perceived as separate and are competitive. Mind you, there are 1 or 2 religious organizations, well, sort of, that we do not have anything to do with. Nothing at all, animals, just animals. Such as, well, the Dark Brotherhood for one, nasty bunch of thugs, and then there's the After Dark Society. This fellow seems a decent sort of chap. Seems to know something about mages and Fool's Ebony. Really now? How interesting. Hey, fellows, have another bottle. This will bless your throat. My, yes, indeed it will. Thanks, Rake. I don't mind a bit. But let me continue. I was explaining about this Fool's Ebony to you. Yes, Fool's Ebony. Well, Fool's Ebony now, you know about ordinary ebony, how it's rare, only some dwarven clans dig it and sell it, and not too many these days and times. How's that popular song go? Where have all the old dwarves gone long ago? There's a pile of real ebony in the Rothgarians somewhere north, I hear tell. You know how that dullish black ebony gets worked over by mages, by some skilled armorers, made into all kinds of potent weapons, amulets, belts, what have you, all fetch a huge price. When you can find any. And how the best was made long ago by those old dwarves. Oh, my apologies, friend. Sir, I see you have, what's that, an ebony torque? Oh, my, and an ebony katana. Oh, my. So, of course, you know all that, sir. Oh, that's all right. You didn't know. Here, have another bottle. Many thanks, kind sir. Well, then, you know how every adventurer, even snotty kids, all the dungeon delvers, are always looking for ebony artifacts, weapons, and whatnot. But what you may not know, some of the more experienced delvers hunt for raw ebony lodes. Piles, dwarven leavings, that stuff. The raw ebony is far more valuable. The raw, unshaped material that provides work and power for so few? Apparently just loaded with negative magicka. Right, right. Yes, right so, quite so. Well, Fool's Ebony now looks just about like the real raw stuff. Runs in veins in the deep rocks. Feels the same, smells almost the same, but the big difference, it's not real ebony. No power at all if you pick some up. It gets your hands a bit dirty. Softer too, by all accounts. But sort of shiny too. But who can tell all that? Deep in some old mine, maybe a ghoul breathing down in your neck? So it's just grab and run, I guess. I guess down in those nasty holes, so the fools, the kids, the crazy delvers are always hauling up in a bag a sack of fool's ebony and getting laughed at by the merchants, dealers, mages, us, hence the fools' parts. Stuff just gets thrown into the bay. Yeah, that's sort of what I heard from some mages, but I heard something else too. And just what was that, friend? If you want to tell us, of course, sir. Oh, of course. I think we can come to an arrangement. Certainly, oh yes. So these mages, Shub and Shub, they were always called Shub, aren't they? Anyway, these old guys were saying how these fools' ebony can burn, not magically, but like an ordinary piece of wood. But the flame lasts far longer, gives off lots more heat, makes no smoke to speak of, no noise. Very interesting. Mages were saying as how the alchemists want it to heat the retorts and flasks, how the mage guild wants it to make and sell a fake ambulance and the like, a rotten trick that. And especially the armorers. They want it bad for their forges. And I guess, and the alchemists for the alembics. Precisely my information! Now gets cold up here in the winter, doesn't it? And everyone's cutting down all those trees, making siege engines, boats, all that evil war machinery. All those rich royals and merchants got to heat their great big piles of homes so their countesses can run around in the next to nothing instead of furs. Just like my sister. All those armorers got to keep their hearths and furnaces running, and all the mages got to keep their familiars warm. All those royals got to keep the countesses running. All those peasants got to keep their animals warm. And a Sheogorath with the wife and kids, right? Well, and I guess it's sort of hard for you priests to give blessings and cures when your fingers are all cold and stiff. Makes getting corks out a tad hard, to say nothing of opening those little twists of parchment. You speak truly indeed. A man of wisdom indeed, yes. So where do we find these fools as ebony in quantity? You put your finger, if you have 6, I note, oh, excuse me, sir, on the crux of the matter. I have heard rumors, just rumors, mind you, that there are huge, enormous veins of this stuff at one place on the surface, far up in the Rothgarians. Bad place to go, but if you can get there and back, cartloads of the stuff. That's just what I overheard from those mages. Far up in the Rothgarians, orcs, dragonlings, Daedra, Sheogorath only knows what. Those mages seem to know the spot, though. Mages wanted someone to... you didn't talk to the mages, I mean, you haven't... Oh, no, they didn't even know I was there. Not yet, anyway. Good. Can't trust those mages, you know. Old fossils would turn their own mothers into sludge toads just for a bit of gold. Gold mad, power mad, mad, the whole rotten lot of them. But then they don't have mothers. Excellent. Seems to me, friend, or can we call you partner? Yes. Excellent. Seems time, partner, that my brothers priests and you should do some digging and poking around. See if we can get into those veins, those deposits, eh? Yes, indeed, partners, but it would cost a fair pile of gold to get up there. Weapons, spells, women, clothing, carts, horses, women, food, potions. Best go prepared up there. Oh, no problem, partner. Our temple have certain resources, such that if we were guaranteed sole access, sole knowledge of the location, then we could finance someone with requisite skills, such as yourself. Just by happenstance, I am keeper of the books. You see the opportunity? Oh yes. Let's split a last bottle and shake on an agreement. Indeed, let us. We first need information. Who knows about the site up there? Where it is, how to reach it. Why don't we meet back here in, say, a week to the hour, and see what we can learn meanwhile? We need to find a merchant, too, someone who can handle it for us. Warehouses, distribution, and keep a shut mouth. I'll make some inquiries about merchants. Got a contact or two. Trouble is, you know how these things go. Few golds here, few there. Before you know it, you've bribed half the town, or so it seems. Now, as luck would have it, I don't have much. Got swindled by a wretched mage, some town south of here, and lost most of my belongings in a shipwreck. Ah, yes, you need some seed money, as it were. Well, let me lift old Stet's purse. He made of renting out his sister last week. Oh, thank you, Rake. Here, about 100 gold. Enough? Oh, yes. More than enough for a start, gentlemen. Good. So we have a deal? Yes, it's agreed. 1 week. Things are happening now. I doubt it not. Patrons, I request that you recall that this is a work of fiction created by one of the finest writers of the asylum, Friend Sheps, Archprince of all of Somerset. There is no such things as full Ebony. Furthermore, Ebony is not mined as the priests have described the process. Grasp that, please. You can still enjoy the play as rude of a work of fiction as it is. Stay with us for part the 3rd. If you can't, farewell. And don't forget to tip the winches. And so endeth part the 2th. Have an awesome day and a good night.